Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss regarding biotechnology applications in medicine. So exclusively we are going to learn information regarding biotechnological applications in medicine. In previous video we have learned information regarding biotechnology applications in agriculture. Okay, so now let us have a look on the biotechnological applications in medicine. Come, let us have a look on this, students. Now information is biotechnological applications in medicine. So now in previous video these are 4 lines information I have given, but I would like to give you by one more time. So that is this: recombinant DNA technology is engaged in production of safe and more effective therapeutic drugs. One more time. So the recombinant DNA technology is engaged in production of safe and more effective therapeutic drugs. Okay, so such kind of therapeutic drugs only we will be calling as recombinant therapeutic or drugs. Okay, therapeutics or drugs. One more time, once you see that this particular recombinant DNA technology helps in production of more safe drugs or more effective therapeutic drugs. Okay, so suppose if you are producing, if you are getting or if you are producing more effective drugs by using of our recombinant DNA technology means, so such kind of drugs simply we can be taken as recombinant therapeutics or simply recombinant drugs. Don't forget important information. So in this particular case you may ask us, so sir till now how many number of recombinant therapeutics are there, sir? Means, so once you see the red spotlight, so at present about 30 recombinant therapeutics have been approved. NEET examination point of view important. So at present, so 30 different types of recombinant therapeutics have been approved, so for human use. So totally definitely, so 30 different types of recombinant therapeutics we have approved or we have been approved for human use. So in there, out of 30, so how many are there in our India means, so in India 12 of them are marketed, means total recombinant therapeutics mechanisms or therapeutics or 30 are there, but in our India 12 of them are marketed. Among numbers point of view definitely very important. 30 recombinant therapeutics are there, 12 of them being marketed in our India. Okay, so that point you try to save in your mind. Next one. Now let us have a look on the second side heading, that is genetically engineered insulin. So here what is the thing? So by using of biotechnological applications, by using of genetically modified applications, or by using of which one? Recombinant DNA technology. Suppose if you are producing insulin, if you produce insulin, so that particular thing now we can be taken as like this, genetically engineered insulin. So now let us have a look on this. So insulin is pancreatic hormone. Don't forget this point as a zoology students, you know very well. So as a biology students, now one more time you see there, insulin is produced in pancreas. So thereby here this particular thing, insulin is a pancreatic hormone essential for the maintenance of glucose. So glucose to glycogen means glucose and glycogen. So here what is information? Suppose if you eat, so that particular food will be digested, so their energy will be released, so that will be moving from the one place to another place. So suppose if you eat more nutrient food, so their glucose particles, so that will be, so means the excess of glucose particles or the glucose energy is converted into glycogen, so by the activity of insulin. So here in the zoology chapters, you know, you have learned this information exclusively. Means now what is the point I am going to give you is insulin is a pancreatic hormone, definitely essential for the maintenance of glucose and glycogen balance in the body. So means glucose as well as glycogen balance in the body definitely is under the will be under the control of insulin hormone. Don't forget, important. Next one, in its deficiency, the glucose content of blood rises. Once you see there, suppose if we are observing the deficiency of insulin hormone, if you observe the deficiency of insulin hormone, sir, what is happening or what will happen, sir, means, so once you see there, the glucose content of the blood rises, glucose content in the blood rises. So while the cells fail to take up the glucose from the blood, so suppose if glucose levels are more excess or if glucose levels are more, automatically, sir, here suppose availability of glucose levels are more in blood means, so blood may take or blood will take more amount of the glucose. No, sir, no, don't think like that. So definitely here the cells fails to take up of glucose from the blood. So means once you see there, now only you have eaten biryani or palav, somewhat thing you have eaten. Suppose one more time after completion of your lunch or dinner, suppose if they ask you to eat by one more biryani means you cannot take. Okay, so now only I have taken, I could not eat, I cannot eat. Likewise, you may say, likewise here also what is happening? Suppose if the glucose content is raised in the blood, what will be happening? So cells fail to take up of glucose from the blood. Excess of glucose cannot be received by the cells. So thereby what will be happen? No, definitely that particular person suffers from the diabetic. So now once you see the next line, it results in diabetics. So diabetes mellitus or diabetics mellitus. So that particular thing only we will be calling as diabetics mellitus. Insulin used for the diabetics was earlier extracted from the pancreas of slaughtered cattle and pigs. So here what is information? So definitely now we are learning the information of insulin. Definitely that is required or essential for the maintenance of glucose to glycogen balance in the body. But suppose if the insulin is not secreted in our body, so definitely within the blood, no, so definitely glucose levels will be increased. Suppose if the glucose levels are increased, so those cells, means what are the cells, definitely receives our these particles of glucose, no, so cannot be taken or cannot be received. So thereby what will be happen? No, within the blood glucose levels will be more. Okay, suppose in that glucose levels are more means automatically these excess of glucose particles are definitely excreted through the urine. So in this particular case, definitely particular person suffers from the lack of glucose. Why? Because more amount of the glucose is going through the urines means or urinals. So again for next consumption or usage point of view, glucose levels will be very less. Okay, in that particular case, no, definitely they will suffer from diabetes mellitus. So insulin used for the diabetics was earlier extracted from the pancreas of slaughtered cattle and pigs. Now in this particular case, no, sorry, suppose if anything happens to the pancreas, so in that particular case, no, what we have to do, sir, means, so now I read now, so that is the conclusion. So insulin is used for the diabetics. So earlierly, not now, earlierly means our ancestors time in that particular time, no. So earlierly extracted from the pancreas of cattle and pigs, means by killing the cattle and the pigs, no, we have been extracted this insulin. Sir, suppose once you see there, we are human beings, so mammals. So likewise, so suppose if you take if you take insulin from the cattle and pigs, so is there any problem, sir? Means, so here the problems also are there. One problem let me give you. So means for the taking of a small amount of or small content of insulin, so we have to kill the very huge animals. Once you see their cattle or buffaloes or cows or any kind of pigs, suppose if you take there, no, in order to obtain of very minute quantities of insulin, now we are killing so much of so many number of huge cattle group. So in this particular case, no, so for the taking of for the isolation of very minute quantities of insulin, here we are killing so many number of cattle as well as pigs. Moreover, sir, okay, we are taking insulin from the cattle as well as the pigs. So there, even though we are taking which one, insulin from the cattle and the pigs, no, that particular insulin of animal source may cause allergy and other type of reasons in a diabetic patients. Means we are taking, so what we are taking, insulin we are taking from the cattle as well as the pigs, but even though we are taking this particular insulin from the cattle and the pigs, no, so what is happening when we are going to give this insulin to the human beings? So definitely it causes some kind of allergy. So in that people, so definitely they will suffer from this some kind of allergy as well as some kind of reactions. So when they are suffering from the some kind of reactions or some type of allergy like problems, no, so scientists they thought that this is not correct way. So first of all we are killing the animals in a huge number. So even though we are taking insulin from the animals, so that particular insulin creating some kind of allergy as well as some kind of other demerits or some kind of problems are there or some kind of reactions are there. So in diabetic patients they thought that one. Definitely later what they have thought, no, so this is not correct way. So definitely here we have to use the recombinant DNA technology. Suppose if you use the recombinant DNA technology, chance is there to produce so exact insulin. So what is the insulin which is produced in the human body, no? So same kind of insulin we can be produced by using of recombinant DNA technology. They thought like that and started to produce the insulin or a human insulin by using of recombinant DNA technology. So that information now let us see. So therefore efforts were made to synthesize. So they have started to produce. So they have started experiments to synthesize human insulin through the recombinant DNA technology or simply rDNA technology. So later genetically engineered bacteria with the human insulin gene cloned into their genome acts as mini factories for the production of human insulin. Once you see that, so here we have started to use the recombinant DNA technology. Now genetically engineered bacteria. So genetically engineered bacteria means in previous classes we learned now in BT cotton information. So Bacillus thuringiensis cotton or the maize, rice, and likewise there are different types of species production we have seen now. Likewise, so for the producing of insulin, so now we have taken bacterial members. So these bacterial members also we have been modified genetically. Genetically engineered modified bacteria members we have been taken. Why we have been taken all these things? For the producing of human insulin gene cloned in their genome. Means here what is insulin gene or a human insulin gene produces insulin, no, that one must be cloned. Okay, ma? That particular human insulin gene must be cloned in the genome of bacteria. So thereby we know very well one point in first year chapter. So while explanation of cell cycle and cell division, I have given one important bit. So suppose if you take bacterial members of, for example, E. coli, so within 20 minutes, so in a molecular basis of inheritance chapter also I have given. So bacteria it will be multiplied within 20 minutes we learn now. So thereby when we are going to introduce our human insulin gene in the genetically engineered bacteria, within 20 minutes definitely our human insulin gene will be multiplied. So thereby within 24 hours or just in 24 hours our foreign gene means, So what is the gene which is responsible or which is used for the synthesis of insulin, that will be multiplied. So thereby within 24 hours we can produce or we can get more number of human insulin producing genes. Okay, so that is only, so all these genes will be cloned. Cloned means Xerox. So means in the PCR cycle, I told you, polymerase chain reaction. No, suppose if you take one double stranded DNA, so within a short period of time we can produce more number of genes. Likewise in PCR technique I have given explanation. Likewise, so here we are getting our human insulin gene. So we are keeping into the bacteria. So when this bacteria is going to be divided within 20 minutes of time now, our inserted human insulin gene also will be multiplied. So within 24 hours we can get a more number of insulin producing genes. So thereby, so definitely that particular bacteria members, so definitely they will be acting as mini factories for the production of human insulin. Human insulin, amma, this point very very important, try to save in your mind. Okay, so definitely, so each and every genetically engineered bacteria can act as mini factories for the production of human insulin. This insulin does not have any problem of immune system. So means what is a human insulin? We have been produced by using of this particular recombinant DNA technology, so that will not cause any kind of problems with the immune system. Amma, don't forget this point. But once you see that, suppose if you produce or if you take insulin from the which one, pancreases of cattle or pigs, means definitely there some kind of problems are there. Here you don't forget these problems. One is allergy and one more is some kind of reactions we can be taken. But suppose if a human insulin is produced in a recombinant DNA technology, will not cause any kind of problems with immune system. That is the main important thing. Means, so in our ancestors times, so we have been produced insulin from the pancreases of cattle as well as pigs, but now nowadays we are getting insulin from the or by using of recombinant DNA technology. Now let us have a look on the insulin structure once. Now in insulin structure, what is information now we are going to learn now. So this explanation also important. So listen carefully. Now insulin consists of two short peptide chains. One more time. Insulin consists of two short, so small, two short peptide chains. So chains, one is a chain A and one more is chain B. CHAIN, chain, you know very well. So that are linked together by disulfide bridges. So that are linked together by disulfide bridges. Don't forget, suppose if you take insulin, so once you see there, so insulin that consists of two short peptide chains, one is a chain A and one more is a chain B. So here the chain A as well as a chain B, both are linked together by disulfide bridges. Don't forget. Once, once I will show the diagram. Once you see there, so here. So this is peptide A or A peptide and this one is peptide B. So now this is exactly here A peptide and this one is B peptide. Now exactly between A peptide and B peptide, once you concentrate there, we are finding disulfide bridge. Di means two. Two, no? So two S's are there. Two S is there. You see there. So S. This is one disulfide bridge and it is another disulfide bridge. Means here the disulfide bridge is present between A peptide as well as B peptide. Okay, so that is the information now we have seen. Now let us move forward. In mammals including humans, okay, in mammals including humans, insulin is synthesized as a prohormone. Don't forget, very important. One more time. In mammals including humans, insulin is synthesized as a prohormone like a proenzyme. So how we have seen, so in biomolecules we have seen enzymes. So enzymes, so like how one enzyme is produced as a proenzyme. No, likewise human which one, even a hormones is also initially synthesized as prohormones. Okay, sir, what is the difference between a pro-hormone as well as a hormone means? So that is only now I am going to give you in this diagrammatical based explanation, but let us complete the information what I have written before. Now, these pro-hormones also needs to be processed before it becomes fully matured and functional hormone. Easy English only I have used, so you can understand this one. One more time you see there, pro-hormone definitely is synthesized in mammals including humans also. So definitely pro-hormone only is synthesized. So like proenzyme. Okay, this pro-hormone also needs to be processed. If once we have seen now, so in eukaryotes, so once in molecular basis of inheritance chapter, we learned now which one heterogeneous nuclear or mRNA formation. That is only by the process of transcription. So mRNA formation we have seen now from the DNA. So that particular mRNA now it is synthesized in the nucleus. So before moving into the cytoplasm, it undergoes some kind of modifications we see now. So that is only post transcriptional changes. Okay, did you remember capping, tailing, splicing? So likewise here also, what is the thing? Suppose if one prohormone is synthesized, definitely that particular prohormone needs to be processed. Try to listen carefully. So needs to be processed before it becomes a fully matured and functional hormone. I hope you understood this one. So this particular prohormone or matured or immature insulin. So prohormone or immature insulin, the prohormone or immature insulin has a C-peptide. One more time you see once. The prohormone or immature insulin, immature insulin. Okay, prohormone or immature insulin has C-peptide chain. Don't forget, so here we are observing the presence of a C-peptide chain only with prohormone or immature insulin. Don't forget the important point. So now here they have, now one more time you see that the prohormone or immature insulin has C-peptide chain which is absent in mature insulin. Did you get clarity now? So here the C-peptide only it is present in prohormone or immature insulin, but so this particular C-peptide chain which is absent in matured insulin. So try to get this one, means in matured insulin out of 3 peptide chains, once look at the diagram. So here the C peptide is there, A peptide is there and B peptide is there. So means, so by seeing of 3 peptides, so what is the point here we have to understand? That particular diagram is related to the proinsulin. Try to see exactly at the spotlight. Okay, so means this particular diagram indicates the structure of proinsulin. So from the proinsulin, which one formation taking place? Arrow marks that shows towards this one now. So this particular proinsulin converted into insulin. So this particular diagram is, or that particular diagram indicates insulin structure. So thereby, so in matured insulin, just we are observing the presence of A peptide as well as B peptide. There is no the presence of C peptide. That's why here I have drawn this particular C peptide as free C peptide. So that is not linked with the A peptide as well as B peptide, it is not linked. But if you see there prohormone or proinsulin, definitely C peptide is linked with A peptide. Means suppose if you are observing 3 peptides, suppose if you are observing in a diagram, 3 peptides, if you are observing means that one you try to understand it as a prohormone or immature insulin. Suppose if you are observing only A peptide as well as B peptide, that one you try to understand it as matured insulin. Try to understand this one important. Okay. So next one, let me move forward. So here, what is the point now? Matured insulin and removed by the enzymatic cleavage during the maturation into the insulin. So here, what is the point? So previously, So C peptide is present with the present in the insulin or pro-insulin, that particular thing. So here the removal of C peptide also is an enzymatic cleavage, means for the removal of which one C peptide also is a enzymatic dependent or enzyme dependent process. So here definitely what is happening now, while conversion of pro-insulin or pro-insulin into insulin, definitely enzyme involvement is because of the enzyme involvement, so pro-insulin converted into insulin. So that is a point. Let me conclude. Next one, the main challenge for the production of insulin using recombinant DNA technologies was getting insulin assembled into mature form. So here definitely, so here we have it is a challenge to us, means what is the main challenge for the production of insulin by using of recombinant DNA technology was getting insulin assembled into matured form. So definitely what is the thing now, so nowadays now we are producing so insulin by using of recombinant DNA technologies. So how? Definitely now we are producing or we are going to produce A peptide chains as well as B peptide chains. Once you see that, so here in matured insulin we are observing A peptide chain as well as B peptide chains. No, so these kind of peptide chains now we are going to produce or we are going to synthesize by using of recombinant DNA technologies. So but that is also one kind of challenge. Okay, now let us move forward. Now just below the diagram, once you see there, in 1983, now the process is started, listen carefully. In 1983, Eli Lilly company, Eli Lilly company is Eli Lilly, Eli Lilly, Eli Lilly, it is MNC company, that is only we will call now multinational company, likewise we will call now, so that kind of MNC company. So in 1983, so here it is a Eli Lilly company, it is American company, an American company prepared 2 DNA sequences. So what they have prepared? 2 DNA sequences they have been prepared, and these sequences corresponding to A and B chains of human insulin. Once you see that, so definitely what is the point? They have been produced or prepared 2 DNA sequences definitely which can give A peptide as well as B peptides of insulin or human insulin. So these complementary sequences or these 2 sequences introduced them into the plasmids of E. coli and to introduce in to produce now the A peptide chains, means what is the DNA sequences produce A and B chains of human insulin. These DNA sequences they have been introduced into the plasmids of E. coli. Sir, why sir they have been introduced into the plasmids of E. coli? Means we have seen these particular techniques to produce insulin chains. So means Eli Lilly company, American company, so they have been prepared to sequence 2 DNA sequences, so corresponding to the A and B chains of human insulin. For producing of insulin chains, they have been inserted into the plasmids of E. coli. So thereby what they have been succeeded, means once you see there, chain A and chain B were produced separately. So here what is the point now? So DNA sequences they have been prepared, and these sequences so which can produce A as well as B peptide chains, they have been introduced into the plasmids of E. coli separately, and they have been produced A peptide as well as B peptide separately and extracted and combined by treating disulfide bonds to form human insulin. So now what is the point now? Once you see there, in 1983, Eli Lilly American company or American multinational company produced or they prepared 2 DNA sequences, so which can give A and B strands separately in plasmids of DNA, or which can produce so A peptide chain as well as B peptide chain. Once if you get A peptide chain as well as B peptide chain, so from the bacterial members, so A peptide chain as well as B peptide chain both can be combined, by using of disulfide bonds. Don't forget, important. So by using of disulfide bonds, so we can join both A peptide as well as we can produce A peptide as well as B peptide. So here by combining of A peptide as well as B peptide with the disulfide bonds, definitely we can produce which one? Human insulin. Don't forget, this particular point is important. This insulin produced through the recombinant DNA technology form E. coli is known as insulin. So now by creation of or by producing of two strands of DNA sequences, so definitely we have been produced A peptide as well as B peptide. Now A peptide and B peptide both are combined together with the disulfide bonds. So definitely now we have seen the formation of human insulin. Now this particular human insulin we have been produced by using of recombinant DNA technology. No. So what is the DNA what is the human insulin we have been produced by using of recombinant DNA technology? So that particular human insulin we will be calling as humulin. Humulin. Important. So means by using of recombinant DNA technology we have been succeeded in producing of human insulin. That particular human insulin only we are calling as humulin. Okay, so that is the information. So we can be concentrated or we can be learned under genetically engineered insulin. Let us move forward. Now second concept let me explain, that is gene therapy. So under gene therapy, what is information now I am going to give you is, so gene therapy is a use of DNA as a pharmaceutical agent to treat hereditary diseases. So definitely this particular gene therapy helps. So now only, so we have learned this particular gene therapy is useful of DNA as a pharmaceutical agent. So how to treat hereditary diseases? Hereditary means we know very well. Suppose if the hereditary means our knowledge concern, suppose if the characters are moving from the one organism to another organism or from the one generation to next generation, so that is only no hereditary. Okay, it derives its name from the idea that can be used to supplement or alter the genes within an individual cells as a therapy to treat the genetic diseases. Suppose here any kind of genetic disorders or genetic diseases comes now. So why these kind of genetic diseases comes means because of the mutations. So here once I have given one information, you see there, alter the genes. So here the supplement or this can be used to supplement or alter the genes within any individual cells. So means here we can change the genetic sequence or we can change the altered genes by using of gene therapy. So name means in this particular case, no, one and only the point I am asking to remember. What is that point? Suppose if any kind of defective genes over there in our body, so such kind of defective genes we can be removed by using of gene therapy, and functional gene we can place at the what is the gene we have been removed from. Okay, so means that particular mutated gene we can replace with a normal gene. So by using of a process known as gene therapy. Don't forget, that is the information. Now this gene therapy is a collection of methods. So here not only one method, the collection of methods that allows correction or the correct of defective gene. Once you see that, so means in this particular case, no, we need to give correction. So corrector of or the correction of defective gene that has to be diagnosed in an embryo. Means what is a gene or what is a mutated gene we have been diagnosed in an embryo or one particular child. No, that particular defective gene we have to make it right. We have to make it correct. So now the correction of genetic defect. The correction of a genetic defect involves delivery of a normal gene into individual. So definitely to correct that particular thing, what we have to do, how we can give correction? So where we are finding genetic defect, no, that particular thing, instead of that one, if you are keeping a normal gene into the individuals or embryo, that will be effective one. So means here, this particular individual or embryo to take over the function of and compensate for the non-functional gene. Means in this particular case, no, when we are going to remove the non-functioning one, so that non-functioning one now we are replacing with functional one, so thereby their normal function will be started. Why? Because mutated gene, so we have replaced with normal gene, automatically function will be normal. Am I point you understood or not? So but here information, very huge information Madhuri I have given, but what is the content there you have to get. Means suppose if in our genes, if we are suffering from any kind of diseases, means what are the kind of diseases? Genetic diseases or hereditary diseases. So such kind of diseases, why we will suffer? No, suppose if any kind of changes occurs in our body, okay, any kind of defective gene is there in our body, so definitely we will suffer some such kind of problems. That's why to correct the defective genes, just we are replacing that defective gene with normal gene. Automatically entire body comes to the normal mode. Amma, did you understand? So that is information I have given till now, explanation. Now next one, the first ever clinical trial. Sir, you try to give any example, sir, means now example is the first ever clinical trial for treatment of an hereditary disorder was initiated on September 14th, 1990. So for the first time our scientists attempted so giving of a treatment so such kind of inherited disorders. So there when so September 14th, 1990 at National Institute of Health, United States of America. National Institute of Health, United States of America. Next one, it was performed on so 4 years old girl. This point also important. So it was performed means the correction of mutated gene or mutated gene. So that program and everything we have been started in September 14th, 1990. So where in America, where Indian Institute of Health company there. So there one 4 years girl name is Ashanti De Silva. Girl name is Ashanti De Silva, name not given in our NCERT. So try to take this point, girl name Ashanti De Silva, okay, who suffered with adenosine deaminase. Once you see, observe the name, ends with ASE, stands for enzyme. So means in that particular girl, no, what is the problem now we are observing? The one enzyme deficiency, the enzyme name is ADA, simply adenosine deaminase. Simply ADA, enzyme name is adenosine deaminase deficiency or deficient severe combined immunodeficiency, SCID. So that one, because of the deficiency of one enzyme, that particular girl is suffering from the SCID. SCID is nothing but severe combined immunodeficiency. You try to listen carefully. Severe combined immunodeficiency. So means this 4 years old girl is suffering from the SCID disease because of the absence of or because of the deficiency of enzyme. Enzyme name is adenosine deaminase. Sir, because of the absence of one enzyme only is suffering from this particular huge disease, sir, means yes, ma. So now then, sir, what is the function of this enzyme, sir, means once you see there down I have given adenosine deaminase. So adenosine deaminase is an enzyme, I told you already, it is an enzyme which is crucial for the immunity system to function. So means for the proper function of immunity system, for the proper function of immunity system, definitely what is the enzyme is necessary? Adenosine deaminase enzyme is necessary. Suppose if this particular enzyme is unable to secrete, not able to secrete in our body, means definitely some kind of problems will be raised in immunity system. At the time immunity system will not be in functional mode. So that's why, so that definitely, so that particular means definitely here one enzyme is unable to secrete in the particular small goal means, so there somewhat gene is mutated. That particular mutated gene we need to remove instead of that mutated gene place. So when you will insert normal gene, so that particular gene can produce adenosine deaminase enzyme. So thereby again immunity system will come to the track to function properly. Am point you understood or not? Likewise, so here definitely we can give gene therapy. Gene therapy initially we have started in 1990 at National Institute of Health in United States on 4 years girl. So she was suffered from the SCID disease because of the lack of adenosine deaminase. This particular deaminase enzyme definitely requires for the proper function of immunity system. Still, so here now just we have started to learn the what is a disease and how we can develop, or what is the continuation of this information is there now. Definitely that information I will give you in next video. Okay ma? Thank you.